it's just, it's cost prohibitive for us to go out now and bust all of that up and we have to repave it again.
Why can't we just pull the stop sign?
Because for right now, they are stopping some
They're
people.
slowing down.
We haven't
But
had
the
any
humps,
accidents.
the
I
humps
hate
are
to
slowing
say that.
people down, but the hump then makes it unnecessary to stop. So you don't go over the hump and then stop and go. You go over the hump and keep on
The
going.
existing ones? The
No,
ones that
the
are
new
there
ones.
now?
The new ones,
The
the old
new
ones
ones?
makes no difference. Nobody is stopping.
So, okay,
So
so,
you
yeah,
have to stop.
Well, you slow down enough that
You have
you
to
appear to be
stop.
stopping.
I stop and I go.
I just,
Well,
I don't think
let's
we
look
need
at
the
the other
stop
way. We
signs.
can install the new ones, and it's not like we're gonna put in stop signs. We can always take them out
Yeah.
if that's determined. Right now, they'll stay, we'll put in the humps, we'll see how things
See what
go.
happens.
And then if there was ever a reason, we always
it's
say, oh, you
certainly
know
a
what?
consideration. I don't think at this point, the board is gonna say take them out yet. The goal is, believe me, to get back to normal
Okay, the next
and
one.
keeping our insurance.
is it already enough irritants that we want to remove as many irritants as we can if they're not serving a purpose?
It's true, but by the same token, that's a double-edged sword, because the people who decide to be irritable, when we do something, then they attribute that action to their being irritable, and that drives really negative behavior. For example, there are certain individuals going around and saying the only reason the sign went up is in response to the nonsense on next door. That's absurd, because you can look at the documents and see how long ago that was approved and the steps we had to go through to get it done. They say things about, the change in the sign out front. Oh, that's because of them. Nobody is running this place based on the people that complain. It's being run by people that are logically doing logical things based on the facts in front of them. How people spin it, that's a whole different
But
story.
that isn't to say that there are occasions that somebody comes up with a suggestion.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't get accepted by.
Absolutely.
And action. Oh, I wish I would have thought of that,
Yes.
so you go ahead.
And I will tell you, 9/10 of the things that happen do happen with community involvement. Even this construction project, there are loads of people that live in this community. You all know the name Len Cohen because he's writing on next door. There are plenty of construction people that live here that have come to us and said, do you mind if I sit down with you with the plans and look through this? Maybe I can do it. We do that constantly. We've had people look at the construction contracts. We've had people look at the plans. We've had people look at the kitchen design. We've had people that have expertise. And even we've talked to people about the traffic situation. They don't necessarily agree with what was done. When we explain why, then they're like, oh, at least I get why. And we're like, when the time comes, obviously we're gonna enlist your help because their help's free. And they're here, and at least they put us on the right track. So I thank you for bringing that up because that's an important thing that somehow everybody in the community thinks the 6 board members and management operate in the vacuum. That's not even close to the
And
case.
volunteerism should be encouraged and utilized. You have experts. I've always said that we have experts and old boards, not the current board, but old boards totally reject the whole idea of having committees and having they had to run it with an iron fist.
Well,
That's just
that
the wrong way to run it.
it doesn't work, it doesn't serve any purpose. Nobody on this board or in management is here to be a dictator or have control, because control of what? Control of a car room? Give me a break. It's nothing, it's not about control, it's about someone has to do the work, and someone's got to do the work that doesn't have a vested interest or something to gain on the outcome, other than living in a peaceful, well-run community. And that's what you currently have.
Yeah, and the other thing is that we sometimes don't think strategically. We sometimes think in the moment. You had a plan to put a sign out. I don't know how long that contract was underway or what the plan was, but somewhere it would have before before anybody posted on Neighbors, where's our sign? And I know you don't necessarily think like that, but if we would have just said in an email, we are
It's coming.
in a blast. we are currently looking at putting a sign out front to thank all the workers and so on. I know you don't have to report to people, but that gets ahead of some of the problems.
Yep.
And I don't know any other examples that.
No, and I agree,
But
and I
even-
think the entire board would agree that just comes down to communication.
Even when you
We're all
just,
well.
what you just said, we are planning to change those other bumps to humps. Get that out. It may be 2 or 3 weeks, but get that out.
I would.
Get it out there that we're.
Well, and I believe in my, last request, and I believe it's mentioned. Problem is, this is where frustration, okay, is that when things look like they're moving too slow, they are moving too slow, okay? Because sometimes, and I'm not putting blame on this, we talk about it, the board says, go ahead and do it, and then we go out and we try and get things moving with a vendor, and then the vendor, and we call the vendor every day, and say whatever, that just adds to it. I'm not blaming the vendor, okay? Now we know what because of it, we made the one change, people loved it, I got nice messages, you said this is great, except maybe the space, whatever. And then we say, okay, let's go, and then we said, let's fill in the space. Well, by the time a vendor gets back to us, okay, and I keep saying to myself, it's not like they're gonna do it overnight. But it's like, we had David call for a price, takes them a week for them to get back to us and give us a damn price. And then we say, okay, order them, and we say ASAP, meaning we'll get you a check. They say, oh, it'll be at least 2 weeks.
But
I mean, it's
that's part of-
frustrating.
But that's part of the
Right.
email blast, or part of what you say. We recognize the fact that these are good, we placed an order, it could take as much as 3 to 4 weeks because it takes time for a manufacturer to make it. But we heard you were gonna fix it, just,
No,
don't
that
be
part is
impatient.
absolute.
And then anybody that's patient after that, I'm sorry, just.
But I just have to say something, the first thing that was mentioned on the Nextdoor website, they mocked the fact that our community could have done better, made a better looking sign.
Yeah.
It was the same sign that the Shores had.
Exactly.
Bellagio,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So they made us look like 2 cents compared to 50 cents.
And the day
Because they
that,
were looking at the signs of the communities on Boynton Beach Boulevard. What,
well, you have Cobblestone that has a nice.
yes,
Yeah.
right.
So how come you put up a new sign?
Because of Joe.
No, seriously, I'm serious.
He said it was too small.
I'm serious. Why did you give in
Because
to the
honestly,
malcontents?
no, because honestly, I think the entire board has a vision of what the standard is for the Venetian Isles and where we're trying to go as a community. What was out there did the job. But it also did the job with exposed wood posts,
yes.
with a piece of white plastic that
Like
blew in the
that.
wind. And so now when we looked at it driving in, honestly, I was appalled. Because I looked at it and I said, oh, great, so now everybody driving through these gates on a daily basis when I can't communicate with them is assuming that that's what I'm gonna do for their clubhouse. Because it's not a far stretch to say, if the board made this decision, what the hell are they gonna do?
Yeah, that's
The
what- that's the way it
coronavirus
came out.
will last. The sign wasn't going to.
Who's gonna take out the yellow, the bumps now?
The company that
The same
installs
company
them,
that-
it's a
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so would,
So we're past that. How long will the pools stay open during construction? All right, we're gonna try and let everybody have the pools as long as we can let them have them. Even now, if we start in, say, 2 weeks, it hardly is worth the exercise of getting the pools, but the feeling is everybody's been pent up at home, can't do anything, just give them something to put a smile on their face for a little while. So, we're gonna try and keep them open as long as possible.
We
Where
have
we run into a
to
problem-
maintain the pools anyhow. In other words, these pools have to be chlorinated whether
Right.
anyone swims or doesn't swim. So we have to do anything extra to get people to go into the pool.
Right, we're just
And
paying
I
the
think
staff.
the fact that it's opening up and most people are obeying the rules, I think we have to make sure and go out there and have everybody make sure that the rules are
It will be,
adhered
it will
to.
be closed though, for dynamite.
sorry, well, yeah, we'll get finished and go,
But
they're gonna
Diamond-
close the pool, but that's not gonna happen for the construction.
Diamond Bright.
So,
Diamond Bright.
No, they got new tiles, the tiles that are in the hot tub are gonna go into the same color
I'm not a
tiles,
pool person.
are gonna go in the other two pools.
To make the water look blue.
Okay, but it's not gonna happen until, construction gets underway,
Okay.
because this way, if they do it now, they may end up getting construction stuff into the pool and mess up the
Are
pool.
we also going to replace the tiles?
Yes, the
Yes.
same color tile that's in the hot tub.
the hot tub is the prototype for
Yeah,
what's gonna
we already
happen
have,
to the
we already have the tiles.
So, the pools will be open as long as they can be. What's going to close down the resistance pool, for example, some people have said, well, the resistance pool is down there, if you're working here, why can't you at least leave me this pool and just close the lap pool? It doesn't work that way, because the thing that is gonna close it down is the Department of Health, because we don't have bathrooms. The minute that building is gone, we don't have enough bathrooms to keep these pools open. So the minute the building comes down, the pools are gonna be closed. We had, if you remember, a year ago, looked into getting a variance and bringing in pool, portable bathrooms and all this other stuff. The cost was insanely prohibitive to bring in the magnitude of baths we need because of the size of that pool. We currently have, I think, 7 ladies' rooms and 5 men's. So can you imagine bringing in 12 bathrooms that we have to hook into the permanent system? I can't put up porta potties to do this, to keep just that one little pool open, because this, clearly, the debris will be flying up into it. So, in order to minimize how long the pools are closed, once the structure is up to the buildings and the roof is securely on, and all that's being done is the finishing work inside, then we will undertake resurfacing the pools, so that when we reopen the whole place, you have the new pools as well, and we don't say, oh, here's a new place, oh, by the way, now we're gonna close down for the new pools. So that's what the plan is right now.
Okay.
That's about the pools.
Makes sense.
Next door neighbor, I don't really wanna be the person to have this conversation.
No, I think we don't have to have this conversation, it was just a matter of, and Charlie mentioned it, we've talked a little bit about it already. It was just a frustration, it was just like, we don't have to put anything in on that.
I think
But it
as
was
long as
just
we
to-
get information out to the general community.
Okay. And in terms of future updates, again, back to my beginning comment, there's plenty of transparency, we're lacking in communication.
Without a doubt.
So
That's big.
we will give you further updates, we'll try to make them sooner.
And they don't have to be massive email blasts, they can be short, to the point, progress reports. Doesn't have to be
But it should be monthly though.
comprehensive, it should be more than months.
It could
Maybe
be,
every 2 weeks.
it should be more than that.
And I think still the board, there's the board should go on 95 and I'll hold a meeting once a month.
No?
That's it.
Okay,
So
so,
you guys have
so
anything
where
else?
are we now? You're gonna, somebody is going to rewrite that.
Okay, we're gonna make the changes that everybody discussed.
Are you
in
gonna
this document.
send it to us and, ask for, is this what we did, or you just assume it's right?
When,
You can send a draft to the people that are in attendance here first, there's no reason not to make sure that everybody agrees.
when it's in final form,
That's what I mean.
then
Yeah.
just take a really good look at it and say, is it meeting the purpose of what was intended?
Right.
Because there's a lot of discussion about the GMP, a term that nobody even knew about. I had no idea what that was until, or how important it is to the project.
Go ahead, Herb.
Just make sure it's relevant when you're done.
Yes, and the reason for us to do it this way this time is because, when you're in the thick of doing this project and everything else that's going on around here, it is very hard to step back and say, hey, the person that lives in the back of the community that has no clubhouse to come to and has no opportunity to ask a question, what's on his mind?
Yeah.
Well, I can't knock on 1,060 doors, so this is the attempt to say, okay, these are the things we're putting out. Is this what you think they want to hear? And are we answering it in a way that you guys can understand it? Because we understand things very differently, not because of intelligence or anything, just because we're on the pulse of everything that's happening every day. So that's really what we wanted to establish today. And we should go back to having, if we could do it this way, we can have the president's meeting every month. It makes sense to do that, because it is a way to communicate both ways.
Are you really committed to going on 95 with a question and answer period?
Why not?
Okay, wait, no. I have a suggestion. At the end of this document, ask anybody if they have any additional questions and submit them in writing, and you'll discuss and you'll answer them.
Yes, Brooke.
Yes. That's fine.
Yeah, but again, there should be a board member, not just two board.
Well, yeah, right.
Well, that's the thing, that's why I stopped making them, because I was making them.
They said you're running the place.
And then all of a sudden, they're like, the only one we hear from is Paul, and he's running the place. I'm like, I'm not making the decisions, I'm just executing the plan.
You're the spokesperson.
Right. Okay,
All right.
have a great afternoon, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, no,
Oh, I'm sorry,
no.
sorry.
No, I'm really happy that you're gonna try to do a president's meeting, once a month.
Yep.
One thing that I'd like to see you try to improve on, and I know your big thing is this clubhouse, okay?
What?
No, I said that I know the big issue for Paul in his life is the clubhouse. That's what he thinks about when he wakes up.
And sleeps,
Okay,
and everything else.
things that are happening, and you helped me out in a couple of projects, you don't have to go into that, but you helped me out in a couple of projects that I was having trouble with in Palermo. But I didn't know you did it. If you can just call me or text me, I took care of that, that would have helped me out a lot. Because I almost did something that I shouldn't have done because I didn't know it was getting done. So if you did it, let me know what's going on in Palermo, because there's things that are going on out there that, if I don't see it, I don't know about it.
Right. So to that point, the structure, the way we have it, and people may not notice it, is we do have a manager. I'm not the manager, right? And the management team is supposed to take care of all of those things. And I usually only jump in when I find out those things are not getting taken care of.
Yeah.
And so unfortunately, in the last 3 to 6 months, I've had to jump into a lot of fires that shouldn't have existed. to
I
begin
know
with.
it wasn't
So
your
we
job. I know.
we are making adjustments accordingly to fix that situation, because you should be able to just pick up a phone once, have a discussion and get an answer.
Yeah,
And what I'm finding invariably is what's happening is, I'm not really clear on the answer I got, or
yeah,
this is sitting for a couple of days and it's not happening.
Yeah.
So then I have to jump in. And the reality is, I don't mind doing it,
Yeah.
but obviously there's much bigger fishes to fry. So we are taking care of that.
yeah. It seems like the office is delegating to you,
We're working on it.
and that's gonna be reversed. And I don't care who calls me, just let me know it's done.
We are addressing that all the way up the food chain, Castle Mill.
Yeah.
Because right now, since we moved out of this building, it's upside down.
Yeah. I just wanna thank you and Charlie and Herb that you did this, because it was really good for me.
Thanks.